Hello there, good evening and welcome to another wonderful edition of Eye on Port, specially brought to you by West Blue Consulting, Ghana Oil Company Limited, Ghana Community Network Services, and our proud media partner is the Business and Financial Times. People, this week we are privileged to be in the Republic of Niger, Niamey, the capital to be specific, where we're bringing you this special edition of Eye on Port, and that is because folks, this week the entire port community has stormed Niamey in the Republic of Niger, and that is, their mission is simple. It is about time Ghana renews its trade commitment with the Republic of Niger. Ghana and Niger have had very close trade relationship. All of them were in Niger to meet the Nigerian business community and let them know that a lot of things are happening at the ports of Ghana. The paperless is there, efficiency is there, security is there. This is where they need to do business. They began by meeting the business community, the importers, the exporters, the transport union and all of that. And the feedback, very awesome.
The port community has just ended a 4-day trade mission to Niamey, the capital of Niger. The trade mission, which was led by the board chairman of Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, was initiated by GPHA as part of the Director General Paul Asariansen's efforts to attract the transit business from the landlocked countries within the West African region, particularly Burkina Faso, Mali and Niger. Later last year, the Ports Authority, led by its board chairman Peter McMahon and supported by the Director General of GPHA, Paul Asariansen, embarked on a similar trade mission to Ouagadougou, the capital of Burkina Faso. This year, the trade mission to Niger was to woo the economic operators to start using Ghana's ports and corridors for their importation and exportation business. Members of the delegation included Peter McMahon, board chairman of GPHA, Paul Asariansen, Director General of GPHA, management of Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, including Esther Jebidonko, General Manager of Marketing and Corporate Affairs, and David Zongotu, GPHA's representatives to the transit countries. A Deputy Commissioner of Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority, Alhaji Abubakar Seidu, representatives of Ghana Shippers Authority, Ghana Police Service, Ghana Chamber of Commerce, and directors of port terminals. The delegation interacted with economic operators from different associations as well as individual importers and exporters.
I'm happy to hear from the director that one of the biggest problems that we met is being resolved.
The board chairman of GPHA, Peter McMahon, assured the Niger economic operators of how prepared Ghana's ports are to make doing business easy and cost-effective for the people of Niger, and urged them not to make cultural differences be a barrier.
Be it customs, be it shipping, be it transportation, be it the police, please feel free and let us know so that we'll be able to deal with it. Because for us, Ghana and Niger stand shoulder to shoulder to grow our economic cooperation.
The economic operators in Niger also commended Ghana for the efforts to capture the Niger market and admitted that the people of Niger always considers Ghana's ports as the best, but a few challenges such as the implementation of the axle load policy and some manipulations by private businesses operating in Niger is what is not encouraging them to use Ghana's ports and corridors.
So
this is a good opportunity, because if you can have the process fees cheaper by going to Ghana authority, Ghana port authorities, then even if you have to order via by other means, other people, we can ask them to go to Ghana.
Members of the Ghanaian trade delegation took turns to assure the importers and exporters of Niger that all concerns raised will be vigorously pursued and earnestly addressed to make doing business through Ghana's ports and corridors the best.
In short, we are ready to establish the relationship we have had in the past. It's true that in the past we encountered certain difficulties. Some were able to resolve, some were not able to resolve. But today, all of us who are involved in the transit business have a clear understanding of what you need, and for that matter, there shouldn't be an excuse that there is an issue we cannot resolve. We will put our heads together to resolve any issue that crops up between us as a port and operator economic as Nigerian economic operators.
Niger is a member of ECOWAS and we all go by. So with reference to the duty rates, we don't have any challenge with it. There is the internal taxes that are VAT and other ones. But I will assure you that so far as agri-products are concerned, in most of the items, we will always facilitate. The aim of ECO, even though we are mandated to collect taxes, internationally too, we are now to facilitate trade. So we will do everything possible to ensure goods in transit, which is also in line with the Kyoto Convention, international convention, to ensure that the products move as fast as possible.
The overage issue of over 10 years is for Ghana and not for your country. Yeah, so if you are bringing the vehicle to Niger, they don't have to apply that to you.
The trade mission also met some private operators, one of which accepted to be GPHA's ambassador in Niger to woo other economic operators to use Ghana's ports. He said he could vouch for the quality of services and good security at Ghana's ports.
And the reasons why he loved Ghana so much is that Ghana, you have security in Ghana. And if you come to Ghana for business purposes, you are the most welcome. So you really feel at home. And this is something that he really appreciated, that he wanted to point out. All the biggest clients should go to Ghana. This is his wish.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen.
Amen.
Merci.
Amen.
Inshallah.
Everybody says it's no longer Cotonou, it's no longer Abidjan, it's no longer Lomé, it's no longer Nigeria. All they know is Ghana. And this is the time Ghana takes over. Right after that, the community, the port community, the delegation also met the government agencies, that is the Nigerian Shippers Authority, the Ministry of Commerce, the Ministry of Industry, and the Ministry of Transport.
Ghana's Ports Community and Trade Delegation, as part of their trade mission to Niger, also engaged state institutions like the Ministries of Trade, Industries and Transport, the Department of Agriculture, Niger Shippers Council and Niger Chamber of Commerce, among others. At the Ministry for Industry, the head of the delegation, Peter McMenu, assured the sector minister that Ghana's Ports Authority will ensure that the businesses of economic operators in Niger flourish.
Ports itself in TEMA and Takrade have modern equipment and machinery and technology to make the turnaround so that when the goods arrive, they don't waste too much time at the ports. They are able to take it out, secure it in the warehouse, and then transport it in bits to Niger. This is very important. Ghana has the facilities for that compared to other West African countries.
Malam Seydou Amiru, the Minister for Industry in Niger, said the economic operators in Niger are facing difficulties using some other neighboring ports, and that since Ghana's ports offer a better alternative with reduced taxes and faster clearance, his ministry will encourage economic operators to turn to Ghana's ports and corridors.
We are really aware of the decisions which were taken and the offer which is done by the authority of Ghana Ports and Harbors, which is for the time being the best offer that you can really do to economic operators. So we would like to really strengthen this win-win partnership.
At the Ministry of Transport, Alhaji Mohammed Jalo, Chief of Staff, Ministry of Transport, suggested that Ghana and Niger put together an MOU on operations of their businesses to facilitate the transit of goods from Ghana's corridors to Niger.
Signé un memorandum d'entente
Propose that Ghanaians and Nigerians get together.
The Minister of Commerce of Niger lauded all efforts made by Ghana's ports to demonstrate that it is committed to helping trade in Niger, and assured that he will partner with his colleague Minister of Industry to help grow the trade between Ghana and Niger.
We are very sure that everybody will go toward Ghana.
Other agencies assured the Ghanaian delegation that the visit has been timely and appreciated Ghana's hospitality and respect for the people of Niger.
Again, the delegation met the entire groups in a forum where they told them their concerns, what they want Ghana to address in order to sustain the trade relationship between the two countries. And all the stakeholders were there.
In addition to engaging Niger economic operators and government agencies on individual basis, Ghana's port community delegation, who embarked on the trade mission to Niamey, Niger, held an economic forum where all key importers, exporters and allied agencies in Niger were in attendance.
Je vous invite par conséquent de la saisir pour améliorer votre partenariat.
I invite you consequently to improve your partnership with the economic operators of Niger. All the problems you encounter at the port of TEMA and Takrade, as well as on the corridor, must be raised so that they can be resolved amicably. The port community of Ghana is willing to listen to you and offer all necessary responses.
At the forum, the delegation took the opportunity to not only promote the Ghanaian seaports as the most cost-efficient and customer-friendly seaports, but also to promote the corridor as the safest in the sub-region.
So let us forget about the past. Let us start from today and look into the future with optimism that we're going to make good business with Ghana Ports and Harbour Authority, and that we're going to translate all the issues into action points that will bring our brothers and sisters from Niger to the ports of TEMA and Accra.
During interactions, some key challenges encountered by operators using the ports of Ghana came to the fore for deliberations. Key among them included a stiff axle load policy strongly being implemented by Ghana, Bolloré terminal activities at Torodi, the Burkina end of the Niger border, manipulation of weighing equipment by Bolloré to increase cost on cargo, extortion by clearing agents and security agencies on the Ghanaian corridor, and difficulties with distinguishing between original certificate of origin from fake.
Je défie vraiment de me trouver le contraire, tout aux alentours de 15 000 francs par camion.
Because this problem of, let's say, Cotonou, is really a crucial problem, and we really want to get out of that.
D'accompagner le port, moi, à mon avis, parce qu'il a pu maintenir le tarif de transport.
But I can give the assurance that if the cost of transportation, the challenges you yourself mentioned, and even other taxes and the certificate of origin are really dealt with, I can assure you that the volume will very, very quickly go high.
Other challenges included lack of information on imported goods meant for Niger, $200 customs consignment levy on transit exports, VAT on transit cargo, numerous security checkpoints, poor road network between Ouagadougou and Niamey, language barrier, and lackadaisical marketing attitude of Ghana's ports towards the Niger trade. The board chairman, the director general of GPHA, and the head of Niger Shippers Council, the assistant commissioner of customs, and the marine police commander all took turns to assure the economic operators of GPHA's commitment in resolving the numerous challenges encountered by them at the port and on the corridor.
By 2005, we had grown the business up to 350,000 tons of cargo. And I remember knocking at the doors frequently of companies like, or belonging to Etablissement Ali Mosi, Bagi Dauda, Udu Unisa, Musa Larabu, Agabit Atado, Dantakusa, Niger Commerce, many of the companies. Unfortunately today, the volumes have dropped to all-time low of about 20,000 tons. And the decrease started in April 2009 when we followed Niger to implement the axle load policy.
For internal security, we are on top of the security situation, and that encourages you to pass through Ghana without any security hindrance at all.
Certificate of origin. Fortunately, ECOWAS has an approved way a certificate of origin has to be issued. This is for all member countries, and Niger and Ghana are all members, both members of ECOWAS. The ECOWAS is saying that all those crops that are grown within the ECOWAS sub-region, they don't need certificate of origin.
Esther Jibidonko, the General Manager for Marketing and Corporate Affairs of GPHA, followed up with in-depth presentation on Ghana's ports.
The focus of the ports is to facilitate trade and then make sure that we secure the cargo and the people who come to the ports. We try as much as possible to reduce costs in doing business in our ports. In the corridor, after us delivering their cargo to them, we make sure that barriers and other trade issues that will come up on the corridor until they get to their destination. We are involved in handling them too.
The economic operators of Niger welcomed the new drive by Ghana's ports to return the Niger traffic to Ghana and applauded the numerous interventions that have been implemented to ensure the smooth operations in the ports, coupled with efforts being undertaken to make the corridor a harassment-free one.
And all the stakeholders were there. In the next episode of Eye on Port, we'll also be engaging the road. We'll tell you the nature of the roads of Niger, Burkina Faso, as well as TEMA in the next episode of Eye on Port. Eye on Port, in the meantime, returns after the break.
Hello. Good morning. This is Samantha Wendy. I am sending a purchase order from SA2 Ventures International. Our policy for new supplies is 2 containers to start with, but you must deliver within 30 days.
Don't worry at all. I'm going to get you the 4 containers within 30 days or less.
Bye. To get his pineapple slices from his country to his clients overseas, Mr. Appiah and his representatives have to complete a number of regulatory compliance procedures to various international trade stakeholders.
Hey, Baba, what's going on? Get it right? I mean, how?
Using single window, Mr. Appiah has completed all his international trade procedures through one portal. He has registered his company information, applied for the necessary permit, certificates and licenses, and all that remains is for him to get a text alert for clearance and movement of goods. And that's how simple facilitating international trade could be in a single window environment. You can offer competitive services to your trading partners in China, America, even here, in a simpler, faster, and cost-effective way. Single window, the only way to Ghana's economic growth, is in our hands.
When cleaning your vehicle by valeting, steaming, waxing, or polishing, make sure the engine is also sound. Servicing your vehicle with Gold Synthetic Oil and any quality Gold oil massages the engine, removes deposit, protects it from wear and tear for longer lasting performance, and makes your vehicle feel pampered. Made for diesel and super engines. Remember, after every 15,000 kilometers of enjoying your ride, service your engine with Gold Synthetic Oil.
We're a champion. That's why I, Azuma Nelson, 3 times world boxing champion and a patriot, always choose Goil.
Ashene Pankasa. Goil, good energy.
Welcome back from the break. You're still watching Eye on Port, coming to you live from the Nigerian capital, Niamey, where the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, the port community, stormed Niger to woo the transit business. Next up are news and activities that are happening in and around the ports and maritime business.
Following recent piracy attack on a Ghanaian fishing vessel, Marine 711, and the subsequent kidnapping of 5 sailors who were on board on the Ghanaian waters, the Deputy Minister for Transport, Daniel Titus Glover, has charged port officials to tighten security at Ghana's ports to avert similar incidents in the future. Titus Glover, who doubles as the Member of Parliament for the TEMA East constituency, was speaking when he visited the TEMA Fishing Harbour to meet with management and security officials in charge at the facility. The security agencies present at the engagement were drawn from the GPHA Security, Ghana Navy, Marine Police, among others. Titus Glover said the recent incident came as a surprise to the Ghana's Ports and Harbours Authority because Ghana has been acclaimed as one of the best ports in terms of security at both TEMA and Takoradi.
Ghana has been acclaimed as one of the best ports in terms of security, both TEMA and Takoradi, and our waters. So what happened recently was a surprise to all of us.
He indicated that as part of measures to halt these piracy attacks on Ghanaian waters, the GPHA will be collaborating with operators at sea to ensure that they abide by safety standards.
Ghana Navy need to be supported in their patrols. And I think that Ghana Maritime Authority and the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, I know in the past it's something that they've been doing. They support their boat with fuel, you know, to make sure they are able to protect our waters for us and all that. Internally, GPHA security will also be engaging the operators at sea with the support of the Marine Police and the Ghana Navy.
The general manager of the TEMA Fishing Harbour, Kumi Ej Sam, said they will intensify the control and regulation of the supply vessels at anchorage and high seas to curb the menace and make the fishing harbour a safe haven for vessels.
Certain times, by the nature of their work, some of them, they just go in and out of the harbour, and monitoring and control is a bit difficult. So we're going to seriously address that. We're also going to intensify the background checks on all the sailors and workers that are in the operate at the fishing harbour, because we believe that before pirates will operate, they get information from some of them.
The Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority has signed a memorandum of understanding with the Diamond Cement Ghana Limited, one of the top cement producers in the country, to begin the construction of a port at KETA in the Volta region.
The government in power made it clear that it is committed to widening or spreading development across the various sectors of the economy. And the development of ports and harbors was not left out. In collaboration with Diamond Cement, that dream of government is being fulfilled today.
A concession agreement is expected to be reached some few months after the signing of the MOU for the project. Director General of GPHA, Paul Asariansa, said the construction of the KETA port forms part of the implementation of government's promise to the people of the Volta region to build a port in KETA.
I'm saying in collaboration with Diamond Cement because Diamond Cement seems to have been the forerunner in the industrial development in the Volta region, with the establishment of a cement factory that has found the need for a port infrastructure that we call a jetty to facilitate the import or importation of their raw materials.
He noted that the construction will see KETA port handle vessels to ease congestion at the TEMA and Takoradi ports and also increase the volume of business in the West African sub-region, since the facility will be used by other operators.
As of now, they are using the port of Lome, and I believe that it will add up to the development of this country if we are able to provide them the facility that will reduce the cost of doing business, that will facilitate the movement of their raw materials to their factory.
Paul Ansah indicated that the project has the prospect of giving meaningful jobs to Ghanaians. He added that it will also attract more investors from Togo and its neighboring countries into Ghana. The general manager of Diamond Cement Ghana Limited, Tati Ramarao, was grateful to GPHA and the Ghana government for creating the enabling environment for the private sector to thrive.
Not only this one, we have in this country since long. Our company has it here. We have got very good cooperation from government of Ghana, each and every stage. We have, since 1991, our group is in Ghana. So we have a cement industries and steel industries in this country. So we are thankful to the Ghana government to give the very good support to invest in this country.
International news around the port next.
Nigeria's government has launched the construction of the Lekki Deep Sea Port in Lagos, pledging to provide the needed support for the project. Located at the center of the Lagos Free Trade Zone, the Deep Sea Port will feature 3 container berths, 1 dry bulk berth, and 3 liquid berths. It will be capable of handling up to 2.7 million TEUs on an annual basis. The president of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, said the $1.5 billion project, which is expected to be finalized in 2020, will deliver one of the largest seaports in the region. The The United Nations Security Council has added 27 ships to its blacklist as part of its clampdown on North Korea over its nuclear program. The latest wave of sanctions also include 1 individual and 22 companies which have been involved in trading of coal, refined petroleum and oil with North Korean counterparts, which has been declared illegal. Japanese shipping company Nippon Yusen Kaisha has joined forces with Turkish conglomerate Oyak to build and operate a finished car logistics terminal in Yarımkale port near Istanbul. The company signed an agreement with Oyak, the Turkish Armed Forces Pension Fund, in Istanbul on April 5th. Operations are scheduled to commence in mid-2019 and the investment is worth $110 million, Reuters reported.
Hello?
Good morning, this is Samantha Wendy. I am sending a purchase order from SA2 Ventures International. Our policy for new supplies is 2 containers to start with, but you must deliver within 30 days.
Don't worry at all. I'm going to get you the 4 containers within 30 days or less.
To get his pineapple slices from his country to his clients overseas, Mr. Appiah and his representatives have to complete a number of regulatory compliance procedures to various international trade stakeholders.
Hey, Baba, what's going on? Get it right? I mean, how?
Using single window, Mr. Appiah has completed all his international trade procedures through one portal. He has registered his company information, applied for the necessary permit, certificates and licenses, and all that remains is for him to get a text alert for clearance and movement of goods. And that's how simple facilitating international trade could be in a single window environment. You can offer competitive services to your trading partners in China, America, even here in a simpler, faster, and cost-effective way. Single window, the only way to Ghana's economic growth is in our hands.
When cleaning your vehicle by valeting, steaming, waxing or polishing, make sure the engine is also sound. Servicing your vehicle with Gold synthetic oil and any quality Gold oil massages the engine, removes deposit, protects it from wear and tear for longer lasting performance, and makes your vehicle feel pampered. Made for diesel and super engines. Remember, after every 15,000 kilometers of enjoying your ride, service your engine with Gold synthetic oil.
We are a champion. That's why I, Azuma Nelson, 3 times world boxing champion and a patriot, always choose Goil.
Ashene Pankasa. Goil, good energy.
Schedules of vessels that are sitting in the port, including those bringing goods all the way to Niamey, Niger, those also at Anchorage, those expected to come this week, plus the Bank of Ghana exchange rate are all next on your screens. Thank you for watching this Niamey, Niger edition of Iron Port. Also thanks to the entire people who have made this program possible. First of all, His Excellency, the President of Niger, the man in that building there, His Excellency Mahamadou Yusufu, who has been very helpful in Niger to all of us, helping us with the entourage and escort and everything. Also, the entire people of Niger, we say a big thank you to you. Thank you for watching. See you next week.